Are you seeking optimum health? Have you tried a variety of methods and found them lacking? Whether you suffer from chronic pain or are looking for answers to how you can function at your body's full potential, the National Upper Cervical Chiropractic Association, or NUCCA, may be exactly what you are looking for. NUCCA is a form of chiropractic care that focuses on correcting small misalignments on the upper cervical spine, an area closely connected to the brainstem and central nervous system. It's gentle, drug-free, and incredibly effective. Even though the primary work is done on the neck, the correction affects the balance of the entire body. The NUCCA method uses image-guided care to map out how each person is built, and when a person is injured, how exactly their upper cervical alignment has been affected. The procedure is not a treatment for a specific disease or symptom, but a methodology which allows for the body to function optimally to create global health and well-being as it maintains neurological integrity. While there are over 60,000 chiropractors in the United States, there are only 250 NUCCA doctors. Of those 250, there are only 24 that are board certified. Advanced Spinal Care is home to two NUCCA specialists, Dr. Jordan Lanholm and board-certified NUCCA doctor and founder Craig Lipensky.
I think the thing that makes NUCCA so different than anything else is that the real goal of the NUCCA doctor is to try and figure out the nuances or the puzzle which is that patient in front of them in a very specific, measurable, defined way that will produce the greatest level of health benefit for the patient.
It's more than just helping people get out of pain, but it's helping them play with their children, play with their grandkids, do their passions. Like when you have dysfunction, you can't do life and you don't get to experience the blessings. And I'm just so grateful to be able to help people with that and partner with them and really just get to be an observer, right? Because I do my thing and then I watch them as their bodies unwind and start to heal, and it's just incredible.
Accidents and injuries throughout our lives can tear loose the connective tissue that holds our spinal joints together. In an effort to keep the head centered over the neck, the body will compensate and move into an imbalanced, stressed position. This imbalance shows up with one of the legs being longer or shorter, one hip higher or lower, one shoulder higher or lower, twisting of the body framework, muscular imbalance, and abnormal movement. This body position can cause stress, tension, and pressure on the entire nervous system, most importantly the brainstem and spinal cord. Our body constantly shuttles millions of electrical and chemical signals back and forth from our brain to every cell of our body. Any restriction or distortion of these signals can affect body function. If this distortion isn't corrected, the long-term effect is degeneration in that part of the body, resulting in mild to severe pain, lowered resistance to illness, behavioral changes, organ dysfunction, loss of mobility in limbs, and ultimately disease. The NUCCA method addresses this problem with a very exact procedure that employs mathematics, physics, and biomechanics. The first neck vertebra, also known as the atlas or C1, is a small donut-like ring located at the top of the spine. When the atlas is subjected to stress or injury, it can become partly misaligned in relation to the skull and other vertebrae in the neck. We call this the atlas subluxation complex syndrome, or the ASC syndrome. Even a slight structural misalignment of the upper neck will result in a muscular response that shifts the body balance from normal and adds stress to the spinal column. By making subtle adjustments to the neck, it's possible to reduce this misalignment and improve body balance. The severity and type of each spinal misalignment is completely unique to the individual, so when you first visit a NUCCA doctor, the process will begin with a detailed health history and spinal examination. The doctor will check for a leg length imbalance, which is also known as the short leg phenomenon. This is where the leg is not really shorter, but appears shorter because the hips are imbalanced. A device called an anatometer is used to accurately measure the amount of muscular and skeletal stress being exerted on the body, and measurements will be taken to determine if you carry more weight on one leg than the other. After collecting all this information, the doctor will inform you whether you're a good candidate for NUCCA care. If you decide to continue with care, the next step consists of specific upper cervical x-rays. The NUCCA X-ray series involves safety procedures that use low-technique settings, along with specially designed filters to further reduce X-ray exposure to the patient. The resulting images are mathematically analyzed before your first spinal correction. By utilizing a formula calculated from the patient's X-rays, the doctor will apply a slight predetermined pressure just below the tip of the ear at the atlas vertebrae to gently reposition the head over the center of the neck. This NUCCA repositioning is what restores body balance and removes brainstem compression. Immediately, muscles begin to relax, blood and oxygen circulation is increased, healing messages are transmitted from the brain to the affected area, and the body's self-healing process begins. The NUCCA spinal correction requires no forceful twisting, popping, or cracking, and is barely felt by the patient. Following the adjustment, the doctor will remeasure you using a supine leg check and the anatometer before taking you back for post-adjustment X-rays to ensure the accuracy of the correction. Finally, you will receive instructions explaining how to best protect and maintain your new correction. Because each spinal correction and healing response is unique to the individual, you'll be monitored closely with follow-up visits. These visits help ensure the spinal correction is maintained for as long as possible and the healing process continues. Correcting and stabilizing the spine may require a number of adjustments over a period of time, but adjustments are only given when the body demonstrates a sufficient misalignment. It's helpful to remember that healing is a process, not an event. The objective measurements used in the NUCCA procedure help to monitor the recovery process, and over time, patients have experienced positive results with a wide range of conditions.
I had been living in chronic pain for 8 years, and I had tried everything. And I had one treatment, and it was gone. And I thought, this isn't real. I kept coming back, and then the pain was gone, and it would stay gone. And I have been pain-free now for 12 years.
The night before I came in, I was in so much pain I couldn't sleep. I was in a wheelchair, and I was bedridden. And when he was adjusting me, I could feel sensations going down my spine. My whole life I had a short left leg, and I thought I was just deformed for life. But I wasn't. My atlas was just subluxated. And as soon as he put my atlas in place, my legs were the same length. And then he measured my weight was balanced on each foot, my hips were level, and they were no longer rotated. I had 25 to 50% less pain instantly. Within 3 days after I got adjusted, I was able to get off all prescription pain pills, and it wasn't very long after that I was able to throw my crutches away.
I had been struggling with my health. I was starting to stutter. I was starting to get really dizzy, and I was really scared to be driving. It was nothing like seeing a traditional chiropractor. There was no snapping of my back, no cracking my neck. It was very gentle, and honestly, when he first started, I was, really, are you doing anything? This isn't going to work. But it really did make such a huge difference for me. My quality of life is a complete 180 now. I'm able to drive, I'm able to work. Things are so much better now.
I actually have been suffering with migraines for a lot of years, and I've tried a lot of other things. Right away, I noticed a difference with the initial adjustment. I've been here for several years, and just over the years, it's held longer, and I've had less headaches and just been able to kind of live life and not be in a chiropractic office every day.
My son, who had been diagnosed and needing back surgery by 2 surgeons and 1 chiropractor, decided to come and see Dr. Lipinski. And after he recovered, I thought, well, maybe I need to give it a try too. I'm very healthy. I'm back in the gym 5 times a week now, and it's a result of the treatment he's given me.
I think that all chiropractors get to see some miracles periodically. I just don't think there's very many places on the face of the earth that routinely get to see one after the other after the other. It's a day in, day out thing. We just get to see so many different things improve in the life of a patient, where it just reiterates to me how important this thing is, the brain and the body communication, how important that core foundational component is to the health and well-being of a person.